Oh man, we was just chopping it up out back. What is going on, everybody? I am Tyrone Wilson. Welcome to the review panel for the finale of Ready to Love Philly. I got my panelists here with me. I want to thank you all for joining us and showing the support all season. I am Tyrone from Ready to Love DC, and going through the journey. I know what it feels like, you know. So, folks, introduce yourselves. P.O. Fernando.
Yeah, you already know who it is. PO from the same season as the brother right there. So it is what it is. Here we go.
Fernando, Radio Love Potomac. Pleasure to be here. And to all those that made it through the process, I congratulate you. Whether you're on it for 10 episodes or 10 minutes, you did your thing. So, yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
for sure. What's going on, y'all? Jay, Marriott, Letitia.
Letitia in the building.
Yeah, what's up? Thank you so much. So we here, and
Yeah.
I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on I'm working on a predictions video because I want to keep score on who was right the most amount of times. I think I won.
Not at all. I'm sure I won. I'm sure. I'm 100% sure I won. I know how the bullshit ass producers think.
I think I was right on. I think I was right all season about Sahara and Cam, and
I said
nobody
that.
would believe
I
me.
give you that one. I give you that
No,
one.
no, I said that. I said that too. I said they already clapped. You know what I'm saying?
I was saying that from the first link up. I was like, listen to what Sahara is saying. Everybody kept brushing her off. I kept saying Sahara is the star, Sahara is the MVP. You know what I mean? The show is using Sahara for the I don't want to say a space filler because she's more than that, but they know they're gonna get some good content whenever Sahara's on screen.
I mean,
Yeah.
to go
So
from,
no, good.
I'm saying, almost being eliminated on the first episode to making it through the whole thing and
Right,
your own choosing yourself at the end. I give you nothing
right.
respect. I applaud on that. Okay.
Right. So not to go too far ahead, but you can see how things turned out at the reunion because they were showing previews. So what I've been trying to do is figure out where in the season where it was a turning point and what that turning point was. I got an idea. I got an idea. I think eventually the ladies talked to each other and they found out a bad guy or two, and they was like, all right, off with the head. Come reunion time. That's what it looks like, it feels like. Which
I
I think.
mean, yeah, and that's typical, for this stuff because you have all of this drama that festers in the background, right? And then you have normally a clique of like three girls that'll sit there and they'll be close with each other, and then they'll share stories, and then they'll oust other females, and then that creates another set of beef, and so everybody's just launching attacks. You know what I mean? And then the guys get caught in the middle because the men typically aren't that catty, right? They
Mhm,
don't, go around and talk that bullshit.
mhm.
It'll either be man to man, one on one, whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I think that, you have a select either 3 or 4 women that, launched an attack and zeroed in on a couple of people. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
The the men aren't as cliquish, but you'll see like kind of the ladies kind of break into their own little groups and be
uh-huh,
beefing with each other. But like you said, the
yeah,
guys always like a one-off, like always one little weird guy. But besides that,
Right.
guys namely, be cool with each other.
Yeah.
Just
That, that,
saying.
that part. Yep.
yeah. All right. So where we start off at? So we started off. Let me put this up, right? So we started off at the brunch, right? It's the final brunch. Tommy's talking about everybody need to make their final decisions. We need to pick a time and a place. Um, to tell their person what that final decision is. Still talking about being intentional at this point, but I also feel like, they had a lot of cutaways, they had a lot of sound clips, and it sounded like they were trying to make us trying to give us a glimpse of the future, because you could hear Cam and a couple other people make some comments that pretty much detailed, what was going on, was going to happen in the future,
Mm-hmm.
Then he also started talking about, the wife and how it was holding him down and all that while he was in college, and left with the look at me now.
Yeah, I think look at me
Take it.
now was Steve don't holding his ass down and not wifey, but that's I mean, not to piss on his
Mhm.
fire, but
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I got. I wasn't there. I don't know.
Right?
I mean, it sounded good though for the moment for that television moment.
Mhm.
That sounded good, and I half-assed. I might believe him a little bit. Like his wife may have gave him, a little bit of gas money or
Mhm.
something like that here and there, but we know it was Uncle Steve. Come on, man, quit playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would say about that, I think it's just a little bit of a different context, when you are in your teens and early 20s.
Yeah.
Sometimes, people run out of time to, I don't want to say, bet on potential. As you get older, sometimes you don't have, that
Mhm.
opportunity or that possibility to do all that.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I would say about that.
Yeah, it's different time periods also, and for the fact that Cisco being older than Tay, and it's
Mhm.
like, she being the more established one at the moment, and she having to hold him down, kind of creates another
Mhm.
dynamic as well.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments what y'all think about
I
the
mean,
brunch.
I feel like in that moment when he was talking to Cisco, that was a um that was a good moment, a good motivational moment for the moment or moment for the time. Um, I think the words that he spoke probably did his Cisco. And sometimes, man, like we get in dark places as men, and we're always expected to, not be vulnerable and show, that what we're coming out of. So I think that was a good look in terms of Cisco showing his character as a man, and really just showing the stuff that a lot of men are afraid to put out there. Um,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you
especially
know,
like I said, on this platform, that's a lot to do. So respectful for
yeah,
doing
Yeah.
that. Mhm.
right,
And even the
right.
folks that was there supporting him, the other gentlemen, you know what I mean, showing their love for him for that. So that was good.
So why are they saying that Cisco didn't have a job? I thought he had a job. What was his career? What did they say he was?
So I was trying to do some research. I don't think it was ever said. I think they just alluded to the difficulty of holding something sustainable.
But I
So
mean, like in your confessionals or whatever, when you're talking, your name come across the screen and they say,
Mhm.
like for me, I don't know I think they said something like uh the IT or whatever. Well, have you ever seen that come across? Because people, I mean, I read some of the comments, Facebook group or whatever,
Yeah.
and people are like, this man is on somebody's couch, he's homeless or whatever. And I thought, like, when they vetted people, they asked you kind of what your job was and all that other
Mhm.
stuff. So I just don't see that he wouldn't have a job and be on there. But this is what I'm also thinking too, is these ready to love producers is doing this bullshit where they try to create that narrative, right? And sell to the public, hey, he's a great guy, but he's unemployed. And then they play hard on that. Because realistically, why would people think that if the producers didn't produce it in the storyline?
Yeah. I mean, let me see if I could put this put this image up. They definitely have what do you call it? The cryon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely. Oh no, I got the wrong format. But they officially had him listed as a diversionary liaison for his title in the thing.
Diversionary liaison. What is that though? Diversionary liaison.
ChatGPT knows.
Yeah, see what that is. What is Chat GPT telling us? Savage.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, because they definitely.
So, I mean, does that mean that he works several jobs? I mean, whatever the case is if it's a job, yeah, diversionary
Yo,
liaison.
it said, could
Yeah.
you clarify what you mean by diversionary liaison? That's job. How
Yeah,
about I say
job. Yeah,
yeah.
job. Making money, job.
Yeah.
All right. We good on the brunch and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Hussein meets Angie's family. And long story short, in the end, Hussein exhibits a lot of integrity. You know, he realized the journey, you know, just ain't his journey no more. And I gotta give him kudos for that, because some people will still try to push through. Some people will still try to stick it through, try to make it work, especially late in the game.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's forced on you. I'm sure you can speak on that.
Yeah. I've been down that road before. And I like, I commend him for, really saying, yo, this ain't gonna really I'm not here to waste nobody's time. And lucky for him, they didn't pull that bullshit of, hey, we got a show to sell, man.
Angie looked good though here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if you got to go out, that's how you go out.
Yeah. Another note I made is that Angie handled that with grace. You know what I mean? Could have been a lot worse from her end, but I think she did a really good job of just let him have it.
Yeah.
Because in reality, it's like he picking roles without Rose even being there, or I don't want to be with you, basically, by him walking off and eliminating himself, self-eliminating. So
right,
she handled it very well.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say this, right? I just think this whole, I hate the rules of it all. Like, I don't like when these producers play in our face. And I just want to break something down. Just think about this. I'm gonna challenge everybody to, just use your open thoughts. So now, first you have the scene where Hussein finds out about, the baby's father, the incarceration, and how it just came out of nowhere. Like, damn, okay, whatever. And then you send Cam on a dummy mission to go, send her home, right? And like as if he was the man that was saving her or whatever, right? And then instead of having Hussein have that conversation and ending things and going, a separate way, because Tommy asked him, well, what's up with whatever, and he said, my mind has changed, right? Why would they not have him make that comment? So that it's not adding up. It doesn't, like, it seems like this is what it seems like to me. It seems like they came with there's some sort of editing and cut off what else Hussein was saying and sent Cam to go eliminate her. with no cost. Like there's a gap. There's a vacuum where all this shit just went in
Yeah,
that we don't know about. It don't make sense.
yeah.
So am I tripping or what?
No, you're not tripping. It felt like the Rose and Hussein connection just kind of ended abruptly, like we were shot in the head with it, you know? And I think there could have been an additional explanation or something, especially at this point in the journey. But to hear the way they put it together, to hear it, and then I think in a couple scenes later, they're now in the lounge, and then they ask him, "Is that a deal breaker?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a deal breaker." And now we got Cam sending the message to Rose, and my thoughts was, I'm thinking that they believe that that's gonna cause some drama because it's coming from Cam, one of her connections. So basically, she loses all. Not only did she lose a connection, her other connection tells her she's not ready to love. And he didn't even say you ain't ready to love. He said, I think you're not ready to love. So I mean that journey for Rose was I don't want to say disrespectful, but it's close,
I mean,
And it
that's
came
what
out
I'm
of
saying.
nowhere.
It just none of this shit makes sense. And at the end of the day, it's aggravating. If I'm watching this, I'm taking myself out of being, previous cast on the show or whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm watching this as a viewer. And for me, you're not selling a good story here. They created somewhat of a love triangle kind of thing is what they're trying to show us,
Mhm.
but there really was no triangle there. It really was just, Rose, Hussein, and then I think maybe there could be some tension between Hussein and um, what's the firefighter dude's name? Cam. There could be some tension between them because maybe maybe he looked at her and was like, "Yo, I want, I want to end her and end him at the same time." I mean, I seen it on my show.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but since you
I
went
went
there,
there, like out the
let's
window.
let's go. Let's
I mean,
go
you don't
because
know. Like, I don't know.
so this is my theory. My theory is eventually you're gonna talk. Eventually information's gonna get out. And eventually you may find something that tells you that this is the point of no return. Like I can't overlook this. I'm thinking, not saying that this is true, that Hussein may have found out something about Cam and Rose that he can't overlook.
I mean, it could be that too. Or,
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
and then took the information about the child's father as the reason to find a respectable exit.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
you know, I mean, and it could be maybe is directly or indirect. Like maybe, he heard somebody say something about something in the
Yeah,
cafe. Who knows? Like,
yeah,
like I said, it can get real petty. And like there's certain things, and even in my lounge from other dudes that, I thought would stand up that, was talking shit about this or that or whatever about this person, that person. And I'm like, really? This is what we doing? So,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
get you get 10 men together that don't know each other. At some point, there's going to be a testosterone
Yeah,
meltdown. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know what
Like
I'm
we
saying?
almost had altercation on day one,
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
it's a couple people
Exactly.
trying to do a little bit too much.
Yeah, and exactly. And I mean, there was some instances, from my season where masculine toxicity leaked out, and somebody could have been leaking from that.
Yeah, Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
We also gotta put it
A
out there
couple times.
is everybody's journey ain't the same.
that's true.
Some people, I'm gonna just say it. Some people is not out there like that when it comes to uh sexual relations,
Right.
and other people, to them, is part of the journey. To other people, they use it as a power grab.
Yep.
And I always try to recognize when it's going on and how it's happening during the season, because I could tell when people's
Mhm.
language changes and the way they react to certain people change, and then they start moving like somebody's watching, and then you'd be like, yeah, yeah, they
He
probably.
smashed. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
He acting
you
different. Oh
know
yeah, he smashed. He smashed.
yeah. And then what happens is sometimes some people smash multiple people, and then eventually it gets out. And if you ain't honest about it, it could be brutal, you know?
Yep.
It can be
Especially
brutal.
especially when the reunion comes around.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it in the Miami season,
Uh-huh.
and they tried to make a big deal about it. But the young lady was mature and was like, yeah, I'm grown. It happened, you know? And then they tried to call Tony out about
Mhm.
it. And he was like, yeah, it was a situation early in the journey. It happened.
Yeah, Tony was dusting them off, man. Tony was, man.
That brother was
He was
smooth,
he was a
boy.
trigger man on that show.
See, Jay, I think Jay trying to say we wouldn't be able to tell. Everybody not built like you, Jay.
Well,
Some
yeah.
people, some people understand the power of discretion,
Mhm.
you know, and some people ain't got it.
And do you think some also use it as opportunity to take advantage of it or mess up a situation by leaking information?
Yes, like I
Yeah, that
said, that power grab, that
Mhm.
I got some really good advice. I think it was a previous cast member. He's doing really, really well right now. And his advice was, don't have sex with nobody. I remember it clear as day. He said, don't have sex with nobody.
mhm.
That's the only way that people can't use it against you.
Right. But then what do you do in the off season when you think the coast is clear? Then what?
All right.
So when's the green
Anyone,
light?
anyone in the comments got anything about Hussein and Angie's um, meeting, Hussein's journey? Again, shout out to Hussein. We always try to shout out folks um, whose journey is ending. So shout out to you, Hussein. Um, it seemed like integrity was a big deal to you.
Mhm.
So big ups on that. My only thing is, I feel like there could have been more explanation. There could have been more digging. There could have been more conversation. Especially for me, I probably would have asked more questions. But
Yeah.
eventually, you got to make your decision. You have to understand why you made your decision, and then you have to live with your decision.
Yep.
And if you're willing to live with your decision, then that's really all that matters.
Boom.
That's really all that matters, because we're not there. We're not living it. We're not living your journey. It may be some things you can't handle or don't want to handle, you know? So, yeah.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Um, what we got? We have Cisco meeting Tay's family. He said he was nervous. It was on the defense as soon as he sat down. but they did like him in his answers. They thought he was nice and loving. The cousin was concerned with his lifestyle, and she doesn't see them as equal, and said that was it. Tay said she wants to trust the process and trust God. Thoughts on Tay and Cisco?
I don't know. It seems like they were chosen by production to be the standout couple. I'm wrong with. I mean, they seem like separately two decent people.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like the way that the show is playing them up, they wanted them to be like the breakout of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this moment here, like Cisco has a very decent demeanor. I like his his calmness, things like that. He doesn't come off to be a jackass or nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So I could see how the family he went in there and was able to win them over. I wonder though, and I mean, and maybe because we had that break or whatever, but who was his connections initially? Just was it always just Tay?
Shanice a little bit.
And that was it? Just them two?
Yeah, Shanice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why
I think maybe Angie was it Angie too at some point? I might be thinking of a different season. I don't want to get it wrong. My bad, Angie.
And that's why I say I feel like, production wanted to produce them as a couple, as a kind of like the leading exiting couple. Because typically you can't make it through 12 episodes or whatever with just one connection. You can't do it. So there was something there that we didn't see, like maybe we missed some dates or whatever, some other connections, and it seems like they omitted other stuff or whatever, or he didn't have no connections at all except for Tay, and they kind of let him cruise through. But I think that's hard to do. 12 episodes worth. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was just probably never in the who you not feeling conversation. There was always people who they weren't feeling a little bit more than Cisco. Because every episode, you had some folks that was getting bad looks and multiple people was voting them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It I don't want to say they look genuine, like I said, maybe we missed something, but it just seemed like an odd pairing. But maybe like I said, that's the story they're showing, and it kind of creates a story you never seen before, especially on Radio Love anyway. So that maybe was the reason behind it.
And so, and I'll tell you this just based off of my experience. So, initially on my season, production wanted me and Joy to be the couple. They wanted that, and me and Joy went out on like 6 or 7 dates, and me and Joy, we got to be just cool and like good friends on all of that stuff, and we like, yo, you the homie, and they like sending us on these dates. And we talking ahead of time, like, yo, they get ready to send us out again. Oh, well, let's go give them a show. Let's eat food and, and give them a show. And we would do that. And then, and then I would leave. That would be nothing, you know what I mean? Nothing to it. And I wonder, though, were there situations like that, in this season? Because I know it happens. It just seems like, a lot of, I don't know.
I mean, would it be a situation where because I know, like, talking to several people, how many dates they went on that we didn't get to see, is it them having the ability to kind of have content to choose from? So when they choose to make the story, they can pick what dates they want to show to kind of create that narrative.
Exactly. Yeah. Because when they do those confessionals, they steer you. Okay, so when you were on a date with so and so, what was that one thing that you said? And then you repeat it. Ah, we got it. We got it. You know what I'm saying? And then they create the story. Crazy.
Yeah.
So
All right. Let us know in the chat what y'all think of Cisco and Tay before we move on to Cam and Angie. All right, we'll just let that roll out. So the next date was Cam meeting Angie's family, and my notes I literally kept it short. I said, "It's Cam being non-committal." I think
yeah.
that's really all I got, and it was basically not to sound harsh, but it was another date where it was just another Cam fest. It was a love Cam fest, just like his previous dates with the three connections, but
Yeah, it
still
wasn't,
not non-committal.
yeah, it wasn't a whole lot there. Like,
Mhm.
And regarding the date itself, right? I guess I'll talk about the date. You know what I mean? The family members, the brother, you know, they did bring up the topic of the busted windows. We were talking
Uh-huh.
about it, and kind of made Cam seem a little like timid. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
mm,
I can say it made him look soft, but it's kind of just like, you got a problem with that? Like, you scared? And just like, damn, like, why should it be okay for her to be moving like that? So whether she do it again or not, you know what I mean? Kind of seemed a little supportive in the beginning, but at the end
Hmm.
of the day, once Cam was gone, the
Hmm.
brother did say like, might be scaring the guys away, might be too spicy. So
yeah,
Hmm.
the fact that we don't see her again, you know what I mean? I don't know how much of a deal breaker that really was at the end of the day. It might have, instead of like really kept
Uh-huh.
Cam from really committing to her.
Yeah. Angie has some really good looks this episode.
yeah. But what I find particularly strange is her closeout. There was no closeout, was there?
Oh,
For
this was
who?
it.
Yeah.
Angie, bro, listen,
So
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
so let me tell you what I think
We're
happened.
not we're not
all
there
right.
yet though. But go
What I
ahead, go
think
ahead. So we talk about Angie. Go ahead.
no, what I think happened was Angie went on this date and said, I don't really care for Cam, yada yada yada, and pulled kind of a Tina on him and was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm not coming back. No, I'm not ending it. I'm not doing an ending date. I'm done with this shit. Yada yada yada. I laugh at that and bounce and never called them back because because there's no closeout and Ready to Love. These producers are hell bent on closing out every story,
Yeah.
and it was just mute, ghost, nothing. So, and then to couple that, you see what happened on the reunion where she's like talking about Cam, keep my name out your mouth. So
Yes.
that tells me that she was already not energized or whatever prior to all of that.
Let's see.
Yeah. I'm thinking something happened.
Hmm.
And maybe she was like, I don't even want to be in a
Yep.
room with him. Don't put
Yep.
me on camera with him. Ain't got nothing to say, but I'm
Yep.
trying my best to be respectful.
Yep.
Oh, see,
But yeah,
I had a whole opposite idea what
Okay.
happened. So
I want to hear that.
you don't hear I don't even want to say it now. I feel bad.
No, no,
So
go
I
ahead.
so I thought she got up the next morning, right? And went to the what's that, Benjamin Franklin Bridge to go meet Cam, and nobody was there. And so she, called up Cam like, "Hey, you coming?"
wow.
She called Uncle Tom like, "Uncle Tom, what?" Going to voicemail.
Hey, yo, if that
Wow.
happened,
I see what you did there.
hmm
I see what you did there.
I'm joking, dog. I'm joking, dog.
Uh,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
yeah.
But no, that's yeah, I can see that though. Like definitely something must have occurred for her not to want to show up because it's wild to not see somebody's story wrap up. Like
Uh-huh.
it was like nothing. They ain't say nothing about her again. They ain't mentioned it. It just was like gone. That was
Hmm.
weird.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen that before in all the seasons where somebody just disappeared at the end of the jump.
right.
To go to Africa, I see your comment, especially at the end. He said at one point they had a chemical attraction. my notes say, especially towards the end, they had sexual chemistry or something like that. The word sexual was definitely in there when he was describing the
Ooh.
3 different ladies.
So
I
basically,
definitely put that in my notes.
he was just like trying to jump them all off. Is that
But that
what
was
he was
towards the
saying?
end. That was the end. No, he said sexual tension.
Oh,
Him and Angie have sexual tension. Yeah.
Maybe.
I can see it being flirtatious and, let's say she had a spiciness to her, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, my other notes was about Cam was the shoot or shoot.
No, you know what else I say too, though?
Shoot or shoot. That's the best way to explain it.
During the date, you peep how Cam gave her the cheek to kiss. He didn't give her the lips. He was like, you got it. You got it. And I think the brother noticed it too. He was like, what was that? I was like, damn,
Yeah,
Cam.
yeah.
Like, so
But I think like even like he can't help flirting, or saying something like Cam. He gonna try to bag. You know what I mean? I appreciate his persistence.
Mm-hmm.
he said shooter's gonna shoot.
Shoot or shoot, man. Shoot or shoot. Oh,
Nah,
that was it. That was it right there.
She's like, yeah, that's all they gonna give me.
But no, you know what that was? You know what that was?
A test?
I don't want to get caught by Sahara with this shit. I don't want to be caught on camera doing this.
Yo, can you pause right there? Can you pause right there for me? Like in the confessional, I know it ain't his fault, but like the makeup, why you do that man like that? Like it's like a lighter. Not brother Cam in the scene before when he in the confessional. Right there. Y'all don't see that around his eyes, or am I tripping? Like it's like lighter right here.
Oh yeah. No, they did. The makeup
Doing
artist
that
wasn't doing anything. He must
Yeah.
didn't get Dawn. Dawn didn't do him
Yeah,
up.
Don was
yeah.
on that season. Okay. I'm
No.
like, why you do him like that? Man? But yeah. That ain't his fault. That's on makeup artist.
Yeah. All right. Cam and Angie. That was quick. But yeah, I did notice because I was waiting for the explanation at the bridge on who Cam was going to choose.
Right.
So to make it this far, Hussein got his clothes out, but not Angie. So
I thought like a Chad situation, Chad's had 2 to choose from. So you kind of seen how he steered one way and then he said the other way. But with this one, it was just like, what I mean? They ain't show nothing. So
Exactly.
we'll find out during the reunion.
yeah. Hey y'all in the chat, let us know what y'all think of this Angie and Cam. Guess we could call it a situation. Also, let us know what's y'all theories on why we didn't get a closeout from Angie. Because like Paul mentioned in the reunion preview, you could hear Angie say, "Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth" to Cam.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, she
and then she walked off.
And
She
Cam's
went
like,
off. Yeah.
what happened?
So we know what the walk off mean like, all right, I ain't trying to bust no window, because I will.
Or she going outside to go. Shout out Angie. I'm playing. Shout out Angie, man. You did good. You made it to the end. Listen, I applaud you. You made it the whole way. So
Yes. Shout
good
out
job,
to Angie. I gotta say, Angie, I think I was on you a little bit for saying Angie gonna leave here with something. You know what I mean? Because I think Angie had a lot of connections. And I think, wasn't Angie the one at one point that was with what's the dude with the braids? He had the little braid at the beginning.
Yeah, had the Wakanda joint.
Yeah.
Killmonger joint.
Yeah, him.
He was the first one. Then Eddie after him. And then she got Eddie out of there.
Yeah, she got Eddie's ass out. Yeah.
See? She kept Eddie around. She had somebody at the end, you see?
Yeah. So Marriott made a good point because she thought he would take Sahara. Do you think it was
Absolutely.
a respect thing for Sahara to be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna beef with you. You know what I mean? That's
Mm,
your connection. You got that.
Well,
I'm gonna
I
I
don't
step
know,
feel
back.
like
bro.
You know,
You
I'm
don't
gonna
want to get
step
left.
back.
I
You
feel
don't want
like
to.
I feel like Sahara went at Angie and was like, so you think you're gonna be with my motherfucking man? And nope, because we was together last night. I don't give a fuck if he came with family or not, or whatever, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And Angie probably was like, what? Uh-huh. And you don't want to know what he did. Da 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 da. And then, it could have been that sort of beef, and
Yeah.
boom.
But
And
remember
that's
what we
what.
saw earlier in the season when they had the little outing? We saw Angie be the aggressor, but then Cam flipped it and was like, no, I'm gonna get your number because you
I'm gonna
don't
bag
bag
you.
me. Yeah, I bag
Yeah.
you. So
And during the reunion, when they in the back, when Angie popping off, who back there? Cameron Sahara.
Hmm.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
We're
because
gonna
Sahara back is to us. She had the dress on. Her back is
uh-huh.
to us.
Uh-huh.
And Angie go this way and Cam right there.
Uh,
Yeah.
Cam,
Uh-huh.
Cam was not looking, man. There's some things about the body language is just it just stands out for me where you don't look sure of yourself. And there's multiple scenes where you can see Cam with his hands in his pockets, a little self-soothing, seem like the situation might be a little bit tense, uh, but at a subconscious level. So when it come up again, I'll point it out.
Hmm.
All right, we good on Angie's family and Cam.
Yep.
To go to Africa said if he had met with Angie, that would have taken away from the final dramatic and suspenseful ending on TV with Sahara and Cam. Um, I think the two could be mutually exclusive in this case. Like I think you could still have Angie's perspective and thoughts, and also have Sahara's thoughts.
Hmm.
All
In a
right.
way, I like
Uh-huh.
this. This is this. I'm probably way off with this one, right? But I feel
Hmm.
like Angie and Hussein were getting the leftovers of whatever Cam did, like Cam's decisions. And it's almost like they just chose to self-eliminate instead of basically because they end up with each other at the end of the day because Cam wouldn't choose them. So it's just like, I mean, Cam wouldn't choose Angie.
Uh-huh.
So, Hussein and Angie were like the default, like the end result of that decision that Cam made. So, because even when Rose was around, I thought it'd been Rose over Angie. So I just kind of feel like
Mhm.
it kind of seemed as though those two, Hussein and Angie, just they were gonna be together. No point in being there at the end.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna come back to that because we're gonna end up talking about Cam again towards the end. But right now we got Jay meeting Kiara's family, and they keep talking about him being flirty for the whole thing. It's almost like they don't move on or move past it. Like they keep bringing it up, and it was like every single scene that Kiara and Jay is in, they keep talking about this event, you know. And I
yeah,
think it kind of messed it up a little bit, where it could have been about how they've grown stronger.
yeah. I feel like Jay in this moment was spitting that off that straight P funk.
Hmm.
A lot of pleasantries. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
he was doing what people that want to you know he was doing what he needed to do to get through the situation.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, nothing came off to me as fake. I think it was more like, look, man, I'm here. We here together. Look,
Yep.
let us just do what we doing, and respect her and respect y'all in this process.
Yeah.
When the whole
So yeah, another thing I noticed, and it seems to be true 100% of the time, is the man's demeanor when he's going to meet the family. You know what I mean? When he's confident. And Jay even said it. You know, he said, I'm ready to dive in. You know what I mean? So that made me feel a little bit confident about how he feels about her, as opposed to who was it? I believe it was Cisco, who was saying he was still on the defense a little bit, you know, going into the final date. And I figure at this point, like, you done made your decision a while ago if you're gonna stand in the fire or not, you know. But that's what I liked about him in this interaction, because I got a sister, and every boyfriend that's nervous or afraid to meet me, I already know what it is, you know.
And even to the point where when Kiara walked up, she was like, he won't talk about the situation. They said it upsets him, and they still brought it up anyway. And then Kiara was like, you can live through it again. It was like, damn, like,
Right.
but he handled it well. He didn't get upset.
Yeah.
He talked through it easily. He gave his
Mhm.
reasons why. He took accountability. So it helped them
Mhm.
in the long run. And kind of like you said, it showed that he's down for her, and he's also like said what he needed to say to kind of please the family.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said he happy with the connection and happy to move forward. Did
And
anyone know? Yeah.
I mean, he had the family members flirting and smiling and stuff. So that boy did
Yeah.
good.
Have we heard of the current status from Jay or Kiara? Does anyone in the chat know right now? Anyone in the chat in Philly right now, or is from Philly?
Get an inside scoop.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think I don't know what they was doing, because you would think that the producers know that they're gonna be on the bridge together, and they know that they're gonna choose each other. So why not use it as a moment to build on the relationship, unless they couldn't find any content from this date that helped them out with that? You know, Paul, you a producer, right? You could
Yes,
find
sir.
some footage that will help them seem like a strong couple, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if your goal is to have them be one of the stronger couples, then you go that
Mhm.
route. But if you want to, create an era of, possibility where it's like, what if, like, maybe she still is mad about it, or maybe Jay tired of hearing about it, then
Mhm.
they, kind of leave it up in the air. That's the only reason why I think they would, show it that way. Because besides that, you'd be better off showing them getting over it, becoming stronger, and you like the folks, audience, looking forward to them leaving together and applauding it instead of wondering like why they're still talking about it.
Yeah, and there are the last 7 people left.
Yeah.
This is your chance to show the audience why we should love your show, called Ready to Love. Show people that are ready to love and have it be a teachable moment, something that we can learn from in these relationships. But I digress. Yeah. All right. So we good on Jay and Kiara.
Mhm.
All right. We got Cam meeting Sahara's sister. Cam said he's still on the fence. She didn't know, the sister didn't know much about Cam, which I thought was a little weird,
Mhm.
you know. Um, there was a little comment about Angie, the choice between Angie and Sahara, and Cam straight up said Sahara is better. And I was like, oof, that's gonna sting when that gets replayed, you know? That's gonna hit. Uh, what was the other thing? Sahara says she's gonna choose first tomorrow.
Bro.
But he said he had an idea, but not a decision. And we're gonna see it. But she gave the sister the look. Did you peep it? I think all sisters know that look. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try to screenshot it. She gave the sister the look like you already know this dude is done. You know,
Hmm.
and you could see the energy between the sister change, almost like, all right, so we just gonna be cordial right now because we on camera. But my sister already gave me the look. You know, I'm sure she know what that means. So he frustrated because he said the decision is tomorrow, not now. And I put, bruh, like, it's tomorrow. You still don't know?
Right. And that could be off-putting to somebody, because I mean, if I'm sitting here and some chick telling me like, yeah, you know what, man, it's down to the wire. It's between you and Tyrone. I'm like, you don't know? You don't
I'll
know.
be like, oh, let me help you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Choose him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Choose him.
Exactly. I would have walked.
Yeah.
So, I
You ain't
mean,
But
gotta.
what
Yeah.
he had an out though, because she said you ain't gotta tell me the answer. Just do you have a decision? So he'd be like, yeah, I got a decision. Like, yeah, if you lying, like, what's the big deal? Like, she will never know. Oh yeah, I know.
facts.
Right? Then
Yeah.
when the day comes, they can decide. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
created unnecessary beef. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when she shut down and all that. So it was just
Yeah.
like we could handle that better.
Yeah.
And the problem is, and you know, and all the ladies in the audience will be able to relate to this. You should never leave a woman up to her own thoughts. You should never have her filling in the blanks,
Hmm.
Yeah.
because she's going to go for the absolute extreme worst and apply that as if it's real life
Every
Yeah.
time.
every
Every
time.
time. Every time.
Yeah.
You're like, where'd you come with that? Like, how do you even get there? How do you get from
Yeah.
here to there? How do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
And
right.
they talk just alike. Sahara and her sister talk just alike. Like,
Yeah.
close your eyes, you know who talking.
Right. And take heed, ladies. If it's a maybe, it's a no.
Yep.
Any dude that's undecided, there's a reason he undecided because it's a no. When a
Yep.
man wants you, you know. There ain't no
Mhm.
denying, there ain't no stopping him. He know. You know what I mean? And I like this comment about to go to Africa. Sahara warned him repeatedly to choose wisely and do it soon. She told him before he left the date
Mhm.
what her decision was. But Sahara has said it in every single episode. You know, make your decision. I think she started off joking. Choose wisely. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Every time they was together, she was like, "All right, bruh," you
Better
know,
quit playing.
right?
Stop playing.
So you could see, like, I thought it was hilarious because, like, towards the end, she does. I'm gonna try to find it. She gives the sister the look, and I'm gonna try to see if I can freeze frame it. But I'm pretty sure everybody knows what those looks mean. Um, in the audience, what do y'all think of this date with the sisters?
Man.
I would say started off good. I was like, okay, you know what I mean, they
Mhm,
vibing and you know what I
mhm.
mean, you got it. And then that shit just
Yeah, e- everything went downhill as soon as he started showing some indecisiveness again.
Yep.
And I think this date solidified it for her already. Because she's like, you got me on camera multiple times looking like, was this it? Oh man, I'm gonna try to get it. You think she was a plant?
No, I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Nah. Nah, I ain't buying that.
Uh, I think she gave it. I think she gave him the look.
right
Boom.
there. That's it. Man, clear
Boom.
as day. He's done. Done.
Sis. sis, I'm sure you've seen this look before.
And she react like, oh, okay, I
Yep.
got it.
Right.
I got it.
I
Yep.
caught that.
She can
I
laugh.
caught
Oh
that.
yeah, she already know. She already know what it is.
Yeah.
That's
And
like
Cam,
Yeah.
and Cam like,
what you know what that is? That's a baseball field. That's a catcher and a pitcher. You know,
mm,
the catcher's throwing the signs, throwing the signs, and the
This is the real
pitcher's
time.
eating it up.
Boom. Done.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, then it took a turn. Now the sister don't even like him no more.
Yeah. It was like,
You know?
okay, I'm instantly over it.
Yeah, I'm with you, sis. You know?
that was
No
funny.
hug, no hug goodbye, no nothing.
Cam was like,
Man.
stand up.
Sure.
She was like, stand up. Yo, Cam funny as a mother. Cam be bucking, yo. Listen, you watch Cam
Yeah,
throughout the
he
season, he
do.
be bucking,
He
yo. He be
do.
bucking every
But
once
it
in a while.
works. It
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
It works. It
He a
works.
firefighter. Yeah.
It works. So yeah, she's like, she can. I know her. I know how to get to her. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't know. You know, I think I'm gonna just say I think they might have got real personal, real quick, real soon. If I was to guess,
Yep.
because I felt early, I was like, they go together.
Mm-hmm. I said the same thing.
Something happened to make her feel like she in there like that.
Yep.
You know. So yeah. Oh, all right. I think the only thing that's left is we got 3 bridge connections, and shout out to everyone that made it to at the end. Like this thing is not easy mentally, emotionally. Going through the process is way different than what you would do in the real world. You know what I mean? You don't have the opportunity to just uh, ghost. I don't want to say ghost somebody. You know, you gotta stand in there. You know, 2 toes down, and you gotta let people know where you stand.
Yep.
And you don't know about the timing. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't know about the timing. You don't know how long taping is. You don't know if you're waiting too long or if you're doing it too soon. You know, and sometimes it could backfire on you,
Yep.
being too honest too early.
Yep.
You know, and I can speak from experience, trying to be honest and letting someone know where I stand, and apparently
Hmm.
that wasn't cool. uh,
Wait.
yeah, where they wanted me to have another date to explain why. And my thought process was, this is on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And nobody else needs to know this. You know, it don't even have to really be brought up. It could just end. We both know what it is, and we're adults. You know. What up, Lex?
Lex.
All right. So the very first
What's
date,
up, Lex?
we had Jay and Kiara, and I was watching it because I was looking at Jay's comments, and I remember thinking, are they not even going to let Kiara speak on it? But I think she does speak towards the end. And in my notes, I put, I wonder if Jay ever watched the show. And then my second comment was, did Jay and Kiara not coordinate on the attire?
So there's 2 things. One, Jay strikes me as somebody as a man of comfort. and he's just going, come as, come comfortable. I feel like, at the end of the day, he knew what it was. They both knew that they was going to pick each other. Didn't have to be impressive. Now, I mean, you know, if you're not really, giving a shit about that moment, you ain't gonna go all out. You ain't trying to, cookie cutter it and be like the last season because you don't really, what I mean? You don't really care about all of that. You got your girl and you ready to go home. I think, when people they tell you, yeah, wear something nice. I told them up. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I wasn't, you know, I wouldn't have did that either. I wouldn't have wore a suit or none of that stuff. And I think, if you come with comfort. I do understand that it's a t-shirt, right? They beat Clifton up because he had a t-shirt on
Mhm.
at the mixer.
Mhm.
But, you know, people, you got to go off of people's personality. Sometimes, it just, that might be his flow. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, I'll say for Clifton though, right? Just throwing it out there. It was the jacket because it had a
It
pattern
was
on it.
hot as shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
But I would just say, like, the moment is also about your lady too, and representing for your lady. And I think you could put that above your own comfort.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the thing you got to understand this too, Ty, is, people are going to be like more confident in how, in their comfort. And, if you're wearing some shit, you're like, man, I don't really get down with this shit. Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, then you stiff and then you stuttering and all this other shit, because you ain't there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I'll say for me, right? Like I hated the mixer because I had to wear a suit. I hate wearing a suit. I wear a suit to work and I hate wearing a suit. That's not me comfortable. I'm t-shirt kind of guy. But for
Mhm.
for Jay, I'm gonna just assume something happened. I can't see her wearing a dress and him wearing a t-shirt. I would hope
Mhm.
that there was like whatever he had on didn't work, it wasn't fitting right, whatever, and it caused him to say, you know what, end of the day, you just throw the t-shirt on and go out there and do it and just film it.
Mhm.
'Cause I can't see that man going out there in a t-shirt to for this scene. I just would assume he would put more effort into it, unless, like you said, he just didn't care. He was like, I got it anyway, so I ain't gonna waste no money on an
mhm.
outfit.
So y'all did wear suits. I know you did, Fernando. I don't remember Paul. You had a suit, right, at the mixer?
Yeah, I had a suit.
Mhm.
And it was hot as shit.
Yeah, it was
It
sweating.
was like 101 out there.
Yeah, we all had suits on. I think only Tori had on the jacket. Or maybe yeah, Tori had on the vest, but everybody else
Yeah.
had on jackets.
Yeah, I know. I was jealous as hell when Clifton was in that
The
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
I'm like, damn, I want to be you.
Yeah, he was comfortable. He's trying the arms off. I was like, oh, I see what you did there. I see what you
You're
did
right.
there.
I'm gonna try to
Woo.
I'm gonna try to find something. Um, Maybe I can find it. Ah, yeah. Um, what is this? My season? I didn't wear a suit. I think I was one of the only me and Naeem
Well,
didn't
Corey
have suits
didn't.
on.
Cornelius
Oh,
didn't have a suit either.
yeah,
Yeah, they said Cornette did the vest.
Hmm. Like Tory.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
I get it.
Dante got on the vest too.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So y'all was comfortable, especially
So
Naeem. Naeem
sorry
comfortable
that
with him.
sorry it's blurry. Yeah.
Yeah, we was out there. We was suited and booted. They weren't playing with us.
um. Yeah. What we got? Kiara and Jay. How y'all feel about Kiara and Jay's journey, y'all? And in the chat.
I feel like, they had something there. They had the little chemistry, and I seen Jay fight for her,
Hmm.
and realistically, like a lot of times in these shows, some people like, well, fuck you then, and move on.
Uh-huh.
But he fought for her.
Yeah.
He held it down. Even when Sahara was trying to throw that little dirt in there,
Uh-huh.
he stood in and was like, yo, nah, that ain't what time it is. It's you. So, let's get this figured out. Bring her ass in here and I'll put her on notice.
Uh-huh.
So, I respect that.
Mhm.
Where they're at today, who knows? But
Uh-huh.
he, like I said, he had something. He had it for her somewhere, somehow, because you don't fight for people that you don't really care too much for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
And,
It,
and for them to be from the first episode, she like, my man. And
yeah.
to Jay's credit, when the cast got announced, first episode to now, a lot of talk about Jay. Jay handled it, made it through the whole
Yeah.
show. He
Yeah.
bagged the joint from day one. He bagged and he bagged a decent joint.
Yeah.
Kiara decent. You feel me? And had it the
Yeah.
whole time. Had it at the end, bro. He got all my credit, bro. He did that.
Yeah.
So he
For
proved all
sure.
the haters wrong. So 100
For
on that
sure.
one.
For sure.
mhm.
And it's really difficult to make it through with your one main connection and choosing a connection way early.
Hmm.
You know, people could not be a good thing.
Mhm.
Like both of them played their role well. Like I never seen them. Like I said, besides the Sahara thing, I ain't seen
Mhm.
Kiara talk to anybody. Like nobody else. Like get a vibe from anybody else. So it kind of just like you already knew. They were connected, and I think everybody kind of respected it. Like they gonna make it to the end. Let them do their thing.
Yeah. And remember, if we asked that question about Cisco's connections, is it safe to ask that question about Kiara's? To
I
be
mean,
able to not get eliminated by none of the guys,
yeah. So the
other
thing
guys.
is, here's the other thing too. We weren't really privy to the original men's lounge because we
Hmm.
we know that they, sometimes you can vote, somebody off, and then they end up sending somebody else for real. Like it can be
Hmm.
like 6 people that not like one person, and they'll go ahead
Hmm.
and send somebody else on. So, it's all produced, and these producers probably saw, okay, as long as they're still, rocking with each other, we want to follow this journey. So we'll figure out somebody else to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, either she had other connections or their journey was more solid than the other people's, so they
Hmm.
got let go.
Yeah. Cisco's up next. Cisco and Tay. Cisco had a fire shot though. He had a
Yeah.
fire shot,
Yeah.
fire angle, uh, dressed well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this could be used as personal footage.
Yeah. No
You know what
doubt.
I mean? I think they
Yeah.
really, really hooked him up. It was a nice day. The lighting was right.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah.
clearly Philly on the steps, you know,
Yeah. No,
fire shot.
boy came through, you know,
Mhm.
he was dressed to a T. Um, I mean, yeah, like this was, yeah,
Yeah, like you don't need to compare, but in retrospect, you just see the last scene and see this scene, and you just
Uh-huh.
see what it brings. You feel me? Like they had them in the woods. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. He's
Uh,
sweating though.
yeah,
That is a fire shot right there.
yep,
I gotta give it to him. Yeah,
yeah, they set him up nice for this one. They set up Cisco nice, and he
yeah,
came in there looking like money, so he did his thing
hmm
all
yeah.
around.
yeah.
I do be paying attention to the color of the roses too. I
And
don't know if
there's a location scout that they have, and that dude, this black dude, that dude
Mhm.
puts in that work. He goes out on the town and scouts all this shit and locks it
Uh-huh.
in. So they hooked him up.
So he brought the yellow, pink, and red roses.
Hmm Oh shit, Tay. He was supposed to wear them black shoes. She's like, my feet
Tay said,
hurt.
"I'm gonna be comfortable.
She said,
I'm gonna
my
be
feet hurt.
comfortable." So they gave it a slow motion walk though, right there.
Hmm
Hmm.
What's that? That's that.
Yeah, definitely black shoes.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, she She was done up pretty good.
I like that right
Yeah.
there though. That look is nice. I think.
This
You
one?
know. Oh, in the confessional, you like the little flip? You like a little flip look? I'll let
I
you
think
have it.
she's had better looks. I'm just not a
Okay.
fan. I'm not a
Huh.
fan of the what you call it, the baby hair all.
I ignore that part. I ignore that part.
Oh. What did I put? Yeah, so even at the bridge, they still talk about her having some concerns but feeling serious. And then I put he's sweating. He's sweating again at the bridge. So I know either he hot or it was hot
Or nerves.
out there or nerves.
And see what a lot of people don't understand is when you're in this at this thing, it's not just you and two camera crews, it's the whole entire staff. Like
Look at
you
that.
got all your executive producers there, and there's like 10 camera people there, sound men. It's a lot of camera work around that. So when you pull up on that, you're gonna have a little bit of nerves because it's a very, very big scene.
Yeah.
They need a quality assurance person because
Yeah.
it's been too many scenes where Cisco was sweating. And I come
Yeah.
from experience of having a sweaty jacket. And even like I've done like photo shoots before where my collar was messed up. I'm like, yo, taking a picture.
That's a
Why couldn't you
good
notice it?
shot there.
Oh yeah.
That's a
You,
fire shot right there.
you know why they do that? They do that on purpose to give people peeks into to take digs or to represent character, right?
I figured that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want people to talk and say, "Oh, why can't he just wipe his forehead? Like, why is he letting his sweat run down? All that stuff."
Add some realness to it and something to like
Yeah.
say, talk to him about.
Yeah,
He ain't
exactly.
perfect. He ain't perfect. But look at that.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be on that what you call it? That pre-workout. I forget the name of it because I take it too. It make me sweat all the time.
Hold on, pause. We got
Yeah.
some. We have the honor of having the
Miss Sabrina.
in the
So
building.
what's going
Oh, what's
on,
up, Sabrina?
Sabrina?
Goody. Here's to you. Here's to
How
you.
you doing?
You and your new life.
Yeah, congrats
Yeah.
to y'all.
Shout out Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to J Dub,
Oh.
my first RTL nemesis that I embraced.
he damn sure wasn't letting it down though. Miss you too.
Oh yeah,
Sabrina.
Miss you too, yo. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Had a good
sure.
time. Good times.
For sure. We got this. I don't want to call it a cluster of a scene, but
yeah, no doubt. That and you know what? And I respected J Dub for that. You know, we always kept it cordial and respectful.
Cam and Sahara.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Can we just get a little bit of V on this, just a little volume, just so that we can get the iterations of
Let
Get
me
us
see.
canceled. He already pushing the limits.
Right. They're really trying to.
come on, man.
Let's play the episode back. Let's watch it again.
I mean, this was such a big moment on the show. And I'm just saying this.
Mhm.
You know, have you ever watched this was like her Mortal Kombat moment, Sahara's, where you do the finisher move and all that stuff. Yeah.
Sup Hussein.
That was good.
Yeah. She went in calm with precision. And she had a plan and she executed that plan so well that Cam was totally thrown off guard because he thought, yo, I'm gonna say the sweet nothings, I'm gonna make
Mhm,
this look really good. It's a huge moment.
mhm,
And I mean, this is again, you have the whole goddamn crew there. And he
mhm.
wanted to say, would you just shut the hell up? I'm picking you. And she was like, finish him.
Yeah.
She went
So
in, pulled his lungs out, threw his spleen on the ground and everything, and said,
mhm,
this is going to be my party.
yeah, this is one of the scenes I was talking about with Cam's hands in his pocket. It
Yeah.
just throws me off when I see that. You know.
Yeah. I mean, as a man, when you come into, for your woman or whatever, your person,
Mhm,
um, you shouldn't have your hands in your pockets. Like,
mhm,
you ain't gonna launch no rockets at her. You know what I mean?
uh-huh,
So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
uh-huh,
give me a hug. Hello. You know what I mean?
Nah,
How
I,
you doing?
uh-huh.
that's
But this is a Joe Clark stance where, I'm about to tell you something.
uh-huh.
And this isn't the stance of I'm gonna embrace you and,
Mhm.
whatever. Um,
So
yeah, go ahead.
so my notes I put she mentioned plenty of times for him to make a decision. They beef at the bridge. She chooses herself in the end. She
Yeah.
says, play like that. But we always knew that she had a quick trigger,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even I think it was the first episode at the elimination, she said F all of them,
Mm-hmm.
right? And stood by it.
Yeah.
But he was still asking for more patience then.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made some crazy comment towards the end where the audio got him saying, um, what did he say? This is why men have more heart attacks than women. And then I said it's very easy. You either sure or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a maybe, then it's a no.
Mm-hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
it. I mean, let's say devil's advocate. He kept saying, "Allow me to do the process." So if he was a stickler to, "Hey, I'm gonna make it suspenseful, and you'll find out the day of." That was his whole point, and he messed up trying to do that.
But
No,
you gotta let her know at some point that she the one.
right.
Hmm.
Or give her enough substance that she's not doubting that you're not gonna pick her.
So, but we point out that she's impatient, right? And her conflict resolution is
Nope.
terrible.
But see,
So,
you have done you don't know what they talk about at night. You don't know what they do when the cameras are off.
Mhm.
And so if she's like, yo, you stayed the night over my house and you still ain't don't know what the fuck's good or whatever, you see what I'm saying?
hmm
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah,
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 there
yeah.
could be that element. Look at that, because she's
especially,
already off
yeah,
put. She's showed up with sparks like, yo, nah, I'm done playing with you.
yeah. Like last night when she said, "I'm choosing first," that was it.
Uh-huh,
If she choosing first, what else she gonna choose? She's not gonna choose him if she going first.
uh-huh.
So, and she laid into him. Like she gave us what we waited for the whole season. Like we knew she had this in her, all down to the whole suck it thing. She did everything. I was like, "Yep,
Yes.
that's her. That's her. Yep."
I mean, I literally watched this particular scene
Uh-huh,
back to back like 5 times. I'm like, oh
uh-huh,
shit. I seen the skillet, I seen the fire, I seen the grease, and
uh-huh,
then I seen her cook him right on the stove.
uh-huh.
Mm.
And I mean, and he was so shocked in that moment, he didn't even know how to respond because she was barraging him like blam, 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 blam. You know, it's like that cartoon with that little ass mouse,
Yeah.
and you're like, nah, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing to that big ass cat, and that mouse tear that cat up.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
I know we said it earlier, but this was the first time that we didn't see that book from Cam that he
Mhm.
normally has when Sahara act act up according to him. Oh,
Because he was caught off guard. You
yeah.
got to understand when he came to this thing when he came to this moment,
Mhm.
he had his script written in his head. He knew how he was going to say it out loud, whatever, and it didn't go. So it's almost like this here. You know how like if you have a story that you're going to tell your boss about what
Uh-huh.
happened Monday night,
Uh-huh.
and then you have the story in your mind, but he goes and takes a different angle when you can't even use the story. You're like, damn,
Uh-huh.
what the fuck? Like, damn, I don't know what to say.
Uh-huh.
You know, it was that moment. It was like in that moment, he was just at a loss for words. You see what he said, and he's like,
Yeah.
I was going to pick you.
Yeah.
And
You can see
instead
the
of
mic.
what he could have done is said, what I would have did was like, yo, all right, I understand your perspective, but come here. Let me give you a hug and let me tell you that everything is going to be all right.
Yes.
He didn't do that.
Yes. I think in that moment, if he really wanted it, it would have been a really good opportunity to explain, the process and apologize for making her feel this way. And, he could have found the words if
Right.
that's what he wanted.
Yeah. It was just it was a harsh approach from her.
Yeah.
And his response wanted to be harsh, but he froze.
Yeah.
And he let her get off too much. By him freezing, she had the open window to give him a barrage of B's and this and that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to take those lumps.
Yo, she had
And,
that.
and- yeah, and by the time she was done giving him the lumps, he said, I was going to pick you. Too late.
But I think he said, "What if I was to pick you," or something like that. What if I was to choose you? I think he worded it
No, he said
in
I
the
was
form of a
going to pick.
uh,
He said I was going to pick you, and that's when she dropped the mic
uh-huh.
and said,
Too late.
"Too late."
Yeah.
But like to Tyrone's point, when he said, "Well, if I was going to choose you," she said, "I would pick myself." And so that kind of showed it didn't matter what Campbell would do at that point. She had her
Yeah.
mind made up
She's
already before
done.
she got there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember I remember how I felt when I was watching this. I was like, oof.
Ooh, that's what I'm
Oof.
saying. Like
Oof. Yeah.
people. Now here's the problem, and I'll say this: Ready to Love is crazy. I mean, these producers from these
Look
reality
at her
shows are
brow.
crazy as hell. But here's the thing: how you go out is how everybody remembers you. And now you're gonna be that dude that got your ass ate up by Sahara at the end. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about the triangle. They don't care about Rose and none of that stuff. You forever become that dude that got cooked at the end of the season. And that's not cool that, the producers do that, but that's what they do. And I mean, the last song that you listen to is the one you keep singing. And this is the last song.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
look at her, still confident, still in it.
she filled up in a
Look at that.
t-shirt, huh? She got
Look
a
at that.
t-shirt.
Hold on. She didn't hit. Hold
She
on.
gave him the second sound. She did.
Hold up.
Hit
Hold
him with
up,
a
bro.
DX joint.
She hit him with the Don Corleone. Like, rewind that back. She got real mafia-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that was let me go back. She did hit him with the suck it.
Yeah, she said, yo, listen, man. Yeah, she's a live wire right there, boy. Whoo! And I mean, anybody, that's dealing with her, they're gonna have their hands full. She ain't to be played with or taken lightly.
Not at all.
She said, don't take me lightly at all.
I think it's simple. Just keep
Look at
her
the walk
happy.
off, yo. That attitude, yo. She got that too on it, yeah.
Didn't even look back.
Suck it. And that demonic laugh after it, yo. That was terrible.
I cannot.
Didn't even look back.
Right?
She said, and I mean, this is the very
Defeated. That's defeated
this
right there.
yeah, that's the agony of defeat.
That's
Um, and like I said, this will forever live. And this is the bullshit that I hate for reality TV because there's probably a different definition as to why this happened like this. But the machine has put this out there for everybody. What was it? 6.4 million viewers of this reunion.
Mhm.
And this is how you got to go out. Now, Sahara looks like the dawn. Like, I mean, they gave her a good look in the end. Like, she dropped mic, broke glass, whatever. And then, so the lesson to learn is this: don't be a player, or don't try to hold all of these eggs in your basket, because they all gonna break at the end of the day. That's what I think the storyline looked like to me.
Would you consider it a fumble?
On his behalf, I think his fumble was not catching her in that moment at the reunion. I mean, at the bridge. If he would have said to her, "Time out, let me talk to you. Let me give you why, and let me explain to you what the intention was."
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you can't like get combative with combative. It doesn't work. You just escalate. So, and when he did that, that was the fumble right there. He probably, and I mean, the thing is too, though, you don't come to that moment with the energy of your hands in your pocket, like, I'm here to tell you something. I have a message for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to embrace her. If you would have made her feel like, she was going to receive something of value, then you don't have that.
Did he come with roses?
Huh?
Did he have flowers with him?
He had flowers, but
Okay.
you had your hands in your pockets with the flowers.
Yeah.
You're supposed to walk up to her, "Hey, yeah, come here, girl, give me a hug or something, give me here, I got these for you, and they look good in your hand. Say something nice or whatever." But she just busted all over him.
Yeah. To have 3 connections and then leave solo.
In that way, though.
Yeah.
In that way, like the solo part, you can leave and, shake hands and be amicable, but she ripped him a new one on the way out the door. That's the problem.
Yeah. They got a good scene. They got that good walk around.
Yeah.
And
I mean, hey, you know what though? I'll say shout out to Kim for being able to, last in that moment, because a lot of guys would have been like, "F you, B," or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a silver lining that, she didn't break him in that way, But I'm sure that, even watching that back, especially watching that back, knowing that shit was on national TV, man, women is going to be like, I don't even want to think about what they going to, that's just whack. Yeah.
That's a good shot right there.
Let me just say this. This is a lesson for everybody that's going on this show to learn. You're giving these producers your Lamborghini. They are going to bring you back the car in any condition, whatever way they want, and they're going to hand you the keys and say, "Drive that shit." So that's something to consider. You don't want your car crashed? Don't give it to them.
Hey, everything you say can and will be used.
Woo! And even when you're in the bathroom taking a leak, if you say this water's cold or something crazy, they're gonna put that into a scene somehow.
So it wasn't flowers. It was what's called that, carnation.
What'd she say? Let me have that. Give me that.
I
Then I'm gonna
wonder
tell
if
you
she
about
walked
this.
away with him. I wonder if she walked away with him.
Just play
I
this
think
scene. Play this scene out real quick. Just one time. No words. Just let it play. I just want to see the
because Sabrina,
dynamic.
you walked away with your flowers, right? I think I remember folks talking about that. No flowers. She empty-handed right now, right?
No, it's in her hand. It's in her.
Awesome hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least, so would have been a scene if she could just toss that joint in the water when she walked off. Like, just go ahead and just all
She
5
kept
dozen. Tell us,
all
Sabrina.
5 dozen.
Oh man. See. Now he's aggravated right now.
Mm-hmm.
Eyebrows raised. Yeah.
She ready though. She ready.
Mm-hmm.
She even
He's
said we
probably
will
looking at
jump
her
you
like, I can't believe you're gonna do this in this
to
moment.
me. Yeah.
In this moment.
I thought it was better than that. Something had to happen, man.
Woo!
Something had to happen.
I'm trying to tell you, either somebody's naps was disturbed or something. Something happened, and it got back to somebody else who said,
Yeah, something happened. Because I can understand her choosing her, and then I can also understand what's the word I'm looking for? The vitriol in her explanation as to why she was choosing herself. You know?
Yeah, listen, man. I mean, I will say this. Sahara, I like her just because she's unapologetically Sahara.
Herself, yeah.
Period. Don't matter if the cameras is rolling or not. She's gonna go off and she's gonna do what she do. I've never seen somebody with such a big, personality, go through the whole entire show in this way. And then in the end, just go berserko and just let it off.
Okay.
I think you see it in certain characters, but then make it to the end to kind of like do that, to make that kind of scene. Yep.
Right,
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah.
Right.
Yo, this looks like a really nice drone shot.
Yeah.
This looks like a really nice drone shot right here.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, they got new equipment.
They had the drone
budget,
on our
the budget
season
went up.
because remember, Fernando, when we was on the boat
Over the house?
The drone flying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get this audio for the
reunion.
The reunion. But before we get there, I need to shout out the entire cast. I know we say this every time on finale night. Welcome to the family.
Yes.
It is not easy. Depending on, don't matter how long you lasted, the journey is very difficult. The lead up, the anxiety, the build up, the questions, the not knowing what to expect, getting on scene, just all of it, all of it. But welcome, we family now. So,
and let me double up off of you, Ty, and say that when we review this, when I review this from the edge of what I know from my experience dealing with production, and at the same time too, just from the edge of a viewer. I don't know you personally. I don't know what you do in your life. I don't know, who you really are outside of the TV. Yeah. So typically when you hear me say something, it's because I'm saying it because I see with my own eyes, right? Nothing personal. So you guys don't get, in your feelings when we talk about this stuff. I had it done to me. I lived that shit. We all, go through it. It's going to be about 2 years until you get over all of this bullshit. So trust me, you're going to go through the
Yeah.
feelings and the emotions and reading the Reddits and the YouTubes and everything for about 2 years. And then you're like, okay, my life is back. But right now, your shit's going to be in shambles.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be in shambles. Like I'm just keeping it
Yes.
up.
I'm done. Get some counseling.
Yeah, you're gonna be in shambles for the next couple years or two. Nothing is gonna seem the same. Dating ain't gonna be the same. Work ain't gonna be the same. Fun ain't gonna be the same. I mean, you kind of fucked up, but you'll be back. The end.
Yeah, and everybody, I would say this, we all laugh and joke, but everybody
Yeah.
handle the process differently. And
Yeah.
so a lot of people that you don't realize have a tough time after being on the show. So
Yeah.
I want to just make sure, like, if you ever feel like, it becomes a lot, reach out to the alumni, reach out to your
Yeah.
family, reach out to, therapists, whoever, because it ain't easy. Like we can laugh through it because we
Yeah.
strong,
So
we can do it. We good.
yeah.
But other people, they can't handle it, and they be breaking under pressure. So for those that can't handle it, find some help because we know people that have had some hard times after being in this process, and that's
Yeah.
just keeping it 100. But welcome to
Right.
the team, welcome to the family. All of us on here, we've laughed and joked, but about to any of us, we keep it 100 with you. So
No
Oh, we
doubt.
we about to
And
maximize you, Fernando, before we move on.
yes, sir. Let's
You
go.
you ready? You ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Ready? We got a solo shot for Fernando in this moment right now. You got it.
Thank you, brother. So this Friday, no, September 19th is the debut of my new TV show, No Longer Me, starring myself, Fernando Russell. Uh, please, Patreon, tune into it. My page is Try Being Savage. I have the post, the trailers, and see your boy actually acting, not doing this reality TV stuff. Like I'm starring in it. Like your boy got the hoodie down, I got the piece on me. Like you gonna see me doing my thing. So like I said, please tune in. No Longer Me. Check out my page, Try Being Savage. Tune in this Friday. The reunion gonna come on after my show. So see my show and then go watch the reunion. All right, appreciate it.
That's what's up, man.
and
Shout
and
out to
and
you.
and, and just for the record, this is just one more thing that I have to hate on him about.
Stop, yo. Yeah, I'm thankful for all the support. Thankful for everybody part of it. And like I said, starting on the show was myself, Manny Mania, Taz, my producers, Jamar. So like I said, it's a great production. This ain't no Tubi bootleg, okay? Like this is good quality work. So
Bro, you
but
look good. You look
it,
great. You look like a killer. You look like
I
like
might have some experience. I don't know. I don't.
you look good. We might need to preview it here.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
might we could have a watch party. Well,
Might need to
behind the
do that.
scenes, will you be able to talk about the behind the scenes joints?
Like the next episode and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Keep y'all informed.
It's gonna
Definitely get
be it's
exclusive.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fun though.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's
And
up.
I would
Congrats.
say the best thing about it is a series. So I'm one character in the beginning, but as
Uh-huh.
episodes, as we go through the episodes, it changes, kind of like American Horror Story. So it's the
So
same
your
person.
range.
Oh yeah,
So you
oh
show
yes.
range.
Even through the trailer, you can tell through the trailer I got
Yeah,
range.
yeah, yeah,
Your boy
yeah.
getting locked
So
up, and
yeah,
then you
so
can see how it progresses. You
yeah,
feel me? Yeah,
yeah,
we
so
go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Jordan Peele, you know what I mean? Type shit. You know what I'm talking about? Your boy got range. You hear me?
let's go. That's what's up, man. And I like the fact that you didn't say nothing about it this whole time until the announcement.
You
That's
know what I'm
what's
saying?
up,
I
man.
just say I got something coming. I'm cooking. I'm
Yeah,
cooking. But they're like, this
yeah.
is a real production. This ain't no like little skit. You know what I mean? Like your
Uh-huh.
boy actually working. So
That's what's
Yep.
up. Um, I'm gonna try to get this audio for I should have clipped it. I don't know if it's gonna work. Um, P.O., it normally works for you though.
Okay.
Um,
Want me to bring it up?
but basically, it is the last. Hold on. Let me know if you can hear this. Can y'all hear this? Can you hear it?
No, I can see it, but I can't hear it. Hold on. Let me try and bring it up, though.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah. So, the reunion done already shot, and it looks like it was a long night for Cam.
Oh boy.
You know, it looks like it was a long night. They didn't show anything positive, for him in any of the shots that we saw. Matter of fact, I don't think it was much positive at all. It seemed like they really wanted to sell the reunion, but I also have a feeling that some of the things that we saw in the promo won't be until part 2. Because they make you wait for they make you watch part 1, but then all the juicy stuff come in part 2, but then the stuff you thought was going to be juicy ain't even all that, because most of the conversation get clipped out, and usually there's like 3 or 4 people who are unhappy about the journey, or how they're perceived in the journey.
Yep.
All right, so, you got it?
Yeah,
got it, P.O.?
Yep. Here we go.
Here we go.
Give y'all some volume.
Let me get rid of this.
Ready for this?
As we gonna be, Tommy.
All right, here we go. Prince, kept in contact with anybody that's been on the journey?
Yeah. Wow. That's the stuff. That's my woman.
Hussein, you was incarcerated yourself. What?
Whoa.
And you eliminate me from my son, father, somebody I'm not dealing with? This is what I need you to do.
What?
Keep my mother name out your mouth.
What are you talking about? No.
I'm gonna walk away. So the question to you is, are you expecting or are you not?
Oh.
What? Expecting what?
I think she means a child.
I need another drink.
Yeah.
So
drinking on set.
Dig this. Sahara and Angie both went to Cam. So it seemed like there's a little bit of tomfoolery going on with that.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Remember, I was saying I wonder what the turning point was. And then I mentioned at some point they talked. At some point they might have talked and compared notes and everything.
Left Cam hanging, boy. That's a mean setup, boy. That's a mean setup.
Right. And then the other thing is, and I don't know if, fuck it, elephant in the room. They talking about Hussein been to jail. Now, I'll say this. I could go on the scene. I could go on, Ready to Love and talk, because I've been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to jail for about 6 or 7 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because I was black and in the wrong place, wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
No court, no nothing or whatever. And if I sit there and explain to somebody about how me as a black man had to visit prison, visit jail for no reason, and I'm saying that vulnerably in a date or whatever, right? And then they can take that little moment and blow that up into something huge and make it seem like, all this time I've been hiding out on the run, and I'm still waiting for the fucking marshals to come get me, right? That could be. So I think in the case of, Hussein, I don't know. I'd love to hear what the context was, how, it was said, and, who said what or whatever, because a lot of times what these producers do is get these hot topics and then they blast it off and try to turn it into something just to tease up the show. And if it's not as big or whatever as it should be, if you're saying that, that happened and it's not as big as it really is, then now you just put this man's life in the balance of some BS. You feel what I'm saying? So I would be interested in knowing, how we got there. How did we find out? I mean, because don't you guys vet people? Isn't this like, don't you go through the criminal background? I mean, I did. So how in the hell did we get to now where we now put incarcerated people on, on the show?
I feel like he had more to say and just didn't say it. It seemed like he didn't want to be argumentative.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It could, like I said, I've been arrested. I don't know. I've been arrested. I'll be honest. I've been arrested by almost every law enforcement agency in that there is in the country because of people that I knew, places that I've been, or whatever. Did I go to jail? No. Did I have to go to court? No. Was I detained? Yes, twice. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make me a hardened criminal. Obviously, I'm not a criminal, right? But so I would love to see, like, kind of, what the context is behind all of this stuff. Because if this is a situation where you have some producers trashing another black man's life, just to sell a show, this is bullshit.
I think she's really animated, and the way my anxiety set up.
Yeah, you don't get on this show without going. I mean, if you've been in jail, like, prison or incarceration, for a sentence and convicted and all this other shit, you don't get on this show. So I don't get what we're talking about.
I mean, okay, so because I was under the impression that might have been something that was excusable, you know what I mean, non-domestic, whatever, and so it's like, all right, well, he's reformed, you know what I'm saying? He did his time, so why punish him for something he did when he was younger or whatever? But I don't see the way it's presented. I feel like she already knew he was in prison, and she's trying to air it out on a reunion to kind of make him seem like he's being a hypocrite. Whereas,
so this is back to what I'm saying. It could have been a moment where, like, if I'm talking to you, I'd be like, yo, I was arrested, and I was in jail for this for a day.
What up, Chaz?
Or whatever.
What up, Chaz?
I could say that. And at the end of the day, it could be true. But did I spend time in prison? Fuck no. But yes, I've been, I mean, I am telling you, I'm telling everybody, I have been arrested by the U.S. Marshals. I have been arrested by the FBI. I was arrested by the State Attorney General's office. I was arrested by the local police from where I lived because, you can't walk outside where I'm from, you know what I mean, and just be, a black man. You have to be up to something. But does that mean that, I'm a hardened criminal? No, never. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. You can have a moment and talk about that, or say something about that, if that's even the case. We don't know. I'm like I said, I'm interested in this reunion because now we keeping score, Ty. I bet you it's some bullshit like what I just said, it just is. And I mean, to be honest, for me, I think, every black man will either have a police officer encounter or will be arrested for no reason or for a reason, period. And that's just America's hazing for black men.
Man, I had guns drawn on. I got they came to my car with 3 guns: the driver's seat, the passenger seat, and the back driver's side. Guns drawn.
Right.
I did my little 22 hours. and I got out my recognizance. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
Been there. Is what it is. And I had on,
Yeah,
listen, I was on a mission. I had on a white beater and balling shorts.
No
I did
doubt.
22 hours on cement and the balling shorts and a white beater. So I hear you, nigga. Ham sandwich and the cookie, nigga. What the fuck going on?
Yes, exactly. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And then they tried to feed me that bullshit ass chicken that wasn't even chicken.
yeah. I've
Oh,
been
what up,
arrested.
Chaz?
Yeah, for sure. What up, Chaz? Thanks for joining us and supporting
Yes,
us,
sir.
man.
Sup, Chaz?
Some alumni.
Mhm,
I've been arrested too. I didn't spend a full night, but
mhm.
it was actually for breaking up a fight. But we was on the beach. We was on the beach that they say we shouldn't have been on. But you know, we thinking we grown and we
Right.
Americans, and fight broke out. And the only thing I did was I said, "Yo, the cops is coming." But I was the first one in the car, and the white kid that pulled out the knife during the fight, they let him go, and he wrote his statement as I was. He wrote his statement on the hood of the car that I was sitting in, and we got to the station, and I looked down at the desk. I could see his statement, and in his statement it says, "And then I pulled out a knife." Boy, I was heated.
That
Now,
part.
mind you, earlier in the day, the cop, he was gunning for me. You know, we was going to the car. He was trying to tell us to leave and clear the beach, but it's a public beach. I was walking to my car. I know I'm walking to my car. He don't know I'm walking to the car. So I was like, all right, I hear you. You know, and he said it again. I said, okay, I hear you, but I'm walking. And he said it a third time and left. But we kept walking the beach. And then you know, my cousin and my one of the homies tried to holler at some chicks. They dissed them. You know, they said some negative shit to the chicks, and they didn't know that right behind the chicks was their boyfriends. And all I was trying to do was, I was gonna say, "Yo, my friends is drunk," but the fight had broke out too soon, too quick, and I was the first person they grabbed, put in the car, and I was like, "Damn, I was the good one." Trying to break up the fight, but it was the same cop who told me to clear the beach.
Right.
He didn't even try to see what was going on or nothing.
That's
And
crazy.
it just happened quick,
That's
you
fucked up,
know, it
man.
happened quick. And because it was a fight, once somebody grab you, you know, if you flinch or anything, then you say you're disorderly, you're this with the cops, you're resisting and all that. And I'm like, yo, it's a fight. They got knives. What am I supposed? What do you think my reaction is gonna be?
Right.
You know, so the
And
point was to prove that I wasn't all that, which is very difficult up
yeah,
north, you know.
and that's what I'm saying. Every black man, and it's a
Yeah.
goddamn shame, but every black male in this
Mhm.
country will either go to jail for no
Mhm.
reason, for a reason, or have a police officer encounter. There is
Mhm.
no way, and there's no way to escape that unless you jump out of your skin.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
unfortunate.
And so what I would hate to have happen is to see this show, you know, is not ran by brothers, you know, tear down, you know, this is supposedly a black show, quote unquote, Will Packer, whatever. We know what it is. It ain't Will Packer. Um, you know, and this show does nothing but tear down black excellence. You know, you can go there and be on the top of your shit, be the CEO and whatever. And then what they'll do is they'll dumb your ass down to make you look like you ain't shit but a hooligan and a hood nigga. Period. And I hope that ain't the case here. You know, and I'm not under contract, so I could say shit like that.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say the view once again, every episode I gotta say the views and opinions expressed by PO are those of PO and PO only.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Fernando's like, I gotta show.
I'm trying to make it to Friday. I'm trying to make it to Friday. Okay? Brother, please. I'm gonna get canceled before I can get my debut.
But they look good though. The cast, they look good, and the reunion fits. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Who do we think is the person that Fritz is keeping in contact with?
Her, not her.
Coley?
No, not
Shanice?
her. I'm gonna say like Shanice.
Shanice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think that's the look of like, yo, I don't even really want to air this out right now. I've been nonchalant a little bit all season. I'ma just keep some things to myself right now. Look at him. He look at his lips like he fighting hard.
I know
He
that
fighting
feeling.
hard not to say nothing.
I know that feeling where you want to be like, mother. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it.
Right.
Um
Damn, Rose is going. She's going off.
Yeah.
You can see the veins in her neck. Ooh.
Ooh. I didn't see the point.
They go the hand in the pocket.
Yeah, the hand in the pocket again. I was gonna mention that. She did the gunpoint. That's different. Boom.
But then Sahara leaves with her, like, yeah, Cam. What she said.
Come on, to go to Africa, you had to go to. Oh man, let us know what you all thought of the season as a whole. I thought it was entertaining because I started looking at it as entertainment, and not necessarily as a love, or not necessarily as a show that's going to curate love, and curate connections. Because you can come on ready to love and say, I'm ready. And then the show does everything that they can to ensure that you're ready, as opposed to, breaking things up, making you second guess yourself, having multiple connections, and then essentially can get rid of you if you have a connection early. So
I thought that this was a bullshit season. And here, pardon my brute.
Yeah, the break did hurt. The break did hurt.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it was a bullshit season because, number one, well, first off, there were no avenues for love, right? That, like, the setup, the design, the double mixer, bringing people on, kicking people off to keep them back on, all that stuff is just playing games. And then they realized, okay, yeah, we ain't really got shit to sell, so we're gonna cut this shit in half. Hopefully they'll forget about the first half of the season and then, focus more on the second half.
Yeah.
The first 6 episodes was just
Motown trash. Damn.
Yeah, the first 6 episodes of it was really just a lot of gallivanting. There was no connection, no nothing. There was just people and episodes and eliminations. No, digging deep or none of that stuff. So I thought it was BS. It did start getting to be good by like episode 8, 9.
Yeah.
And that was to be expected, because if it didn't come out at the house, it really was a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But overall, it was half good. Half bad.
I think they need to let some ex-cast members be a part of the casting and or be coaches
Yeah,
the show.
coaches. Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't say cast member or picking cast because I'm not trying to be in the. I wouldn't try to be in the psychology of it all. They sit around and around the table and say, "Well, this person has this type of personality, and this one is ENFJ or whatever the fuck personality over here." And let's see if we can get these. No, I ain't got time for that.
But what I'm saying
But
is, like, dudes, right? We know dudes,
Yeah,
and we could tell if a dude ain't shit and don't need to be
right.
part of the
But
process.
the thing is this. I'm gonna tell you, you need a host that really is hosting and not somebody that's just sitting there telling fucking stupid jokes and not really getting in.
Again,
I'm just saying.
yeah, I got you. I
You
got
gotta.
we
I,
hear you, brother. We
you gotta. I'm just saying. Listen, I like Tommy. I get it. He's like a mascot, for the team. You don't want to let go of your good mascot. But effectively, when it comes to moving and grooving in today's dating society, you're talking about somebody who's married for like, what do you say, 30 years or some shit. So he don't know what it's like to date people, right?
Mhm.
So how you gonna coach me on how to date? And you've been married for like 30 something years. You ain't never been out on a date unless you've been cheating.
Yeah,
But you ain't never been out on no dates. How you gonna coach me on your old schoolness?
Yeah. Did they
That's
have
the
the
perspective.
internet and apps and Instagram?
Text
Hell no,
messages.
they ain't had that
They
shit.
didn't have text.
No, they had Bell telephone books and shit like that when he was dating. So, I mean, you can't be, a 65, 66-year-old dating coach trying to coach some 30-year-olds on how to get it going. It ain't the same. Like, he only knows what he sees on TV. Like you ain't out in these streets. Like you ain't been in these streets. You ain't been about this life. I can tell you about this life.
I've been in these streets.
It's hard out there in them streets. Not
Right.
everybody make it, And if
But
you
no,
can
I feel like
succeed in the streets now,
I feel like if you get somebody that's a little bit more relevant to what they're trying to go for, like you got to be able to really relate to people to get people to understand how to move or whatever. And I mean, let's be clear, the earpiece stuff, they're feeding him in the ear. Tell him this, Tommy. Say this, Tommy. And then, he does that. What about organics, man? Like, you want to see people with true connections and stuff like that. You got to give somebody that's organically, gonna spit that fire. So I'm just saying. Here's what it is.
P.O. trying to interview, yo. Just throw it out there. P.O. trying to put my man on, yo. Put my man on, yo.
Come on. William Packer.
yeah,
That's your boy.
somebody give him an executive producer spot, something.
No, but that's
All right.
real shit, though.
You
Bye,
good?
Tommy. Yeah.
You got anything, Fernando, on the season?
All right. Everybody know that break really killed the season, right? When they did the recap during the finale when Tommy's walking through and showing clips and stuff, I literally was like, oh shit, she was on the show. Oh, I forgot that happened. Like that break made me lose all like connections and chemistry and things I had thought of throughout the season. And it kind of like a restart. Also, during the break happening, it felt like the first half of the season was dating. The second half was all these meet my brother, meet my friends, meet my family. And it changed the dynamic of the show. And it felt like there's two different shows.
Yeah.
And it went from being the elimination show to like which couple gonna make it. I can't. It just felt different towards each side. So next time, don't do that split. Like I don't know what the reason was behind it, but that didn't work. And another thing I'll say, keep it 100. Like I heard about Fort Worth season before the season aired. I knew that it was a wild ass season and it was a wild ass season. I heard about Philly being some shit, and I was like, oh, let's see how they edit it. It was still some shit. So Detroit, Chicago, do something better, because this Philly jump did not work like I thought it was gonna work. It didn't hit like I thought it was gonna hit. It was not it. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Detroit is already filmed, but
They're done filming. Yeah.
But Chicago, don't fuck around. Don't
watch this shit. Watch this shit, and then know what to do next time.
Yeah. Not to jump on the break too much, but I think the break made it really difficult for the cast to keep their personal business personal.
Yes, sir.
And then it started because some things got out. It just kind of ruined, the expectations. There was no more doubt left in what was going on, and then your opinion started to change about the cast.
Right.
Like I don't even know if anyone is together right now.
Nope. Nah. If they was, I would be shocked.
Maybe Fritz.
It's only two, huh? I mean, it's only two.
Yeah, Cisco and well, we know Cisco's married, so that leaves Jay. Jay's the only no long lost hope.
Yeah.
For Philly. Jay, hey man, listen, you and Kiara, y'all could save Philly together as one.
So is it a reason why only one season in Philly? Is it because how the season went?
They should have. I think they do it with the state though. They should have went to Pittsburgh after Philly, and it would have really been a fuck job.
That's a good question.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Everywhere else we had two.
I think though they thought. I think to be honest, they thought that the season was or that the show was going downhill, and that they wouldn't have the opportunity to even be renewed, because I think that probably is the reason why they had to break the show up in two halves. It probably was like, yo, we ain't getting no viewership. Stop this shit.
Yo, every season, we hear a lot of comments about the season being trash. Like, what would it take to have a good season?
A believable main couple, yo. Let's keep it a buck. You gotta have a believable.
Stop with the fucking writing and let these people do what the hell they do. Like, if people say they want to date somebody, don't isolate those people because you want to see this story come together instead of put them together. Put them people together. Like, stop setting people up on dates for the purposes of the show. You know what it is. They send you a call time, you show up, you don't even know who the hell you're dating until you get there. And then they're like, by the way, you're dating so-and-so.
Yeah.
You like, what?
They're like, dang.
I don't even like this motherfucker. Can we get some realism? Like, at the end of the day, put us together with people. So stop with the storyline and writing and all that shit, and give people real, true time to connect with each other, and stop all that extraness.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah.
Cisco has some very damaging videos out.
Yeah. I didn't want to touch on the negative stuff.
No.
But yeah, I saw it.
Well, let me know afterwards.
Yeah, I would love to know what you're talking about.
No. So we good on everything. We're definitely going to be back next week to talk about this reunion because it looked spicy. We was actually trying to get up with some of the cast and actually go to Philly to spend some time there this weekend prior to the reunion, but things ain't looking so good there, look like it might even be some tension amongst the group.
Well,
which I think is weird because our fellas got along.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all fellas, not our fellas.
Now there
Maybe
was
your fellas, not our fellas.
there's about like two,
We had our shit.
there's about two loose screws or whatever that fell
Yeah,
out.
it's always at least one or two.
Okay, yeah.
It's at least one or two.
Mhm.
That's a little
But
different.
like Philly, you're around the corner, Philly. So you know what I mean, you want to have a chat, discussion. So we ain't far.
Yeah,
Pull up.
Right. No
that's
doubt.
And I don't know if they know, like myself, Tyrone, Paul, we done been to a lot of cities. We done met
yeah.
a lot of alumni. We done partied, all kind of stuff. You don't
Mm.
see it posted, we ain't got to post it, but we connected. So, you know what
No, we don't need no evidence.
I mean?
We understand discretion.
Yes,
Right.
sir. Respectfully. Yeah.
Yeah, we could go there, have a good time, and go home.
Yep.
Mhm.
No doubt about it.
You want to close out, PO?
Yeah, you know what it is, man. It's POA. Listen, I'm wearing your favorite fall gear right now, man. I got the red joint on with the red
is
joint
popping.
on, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you see the website, go there and get you some.
Yeah, that red is popping though, especially with the stripes. I like the
Oh, thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
sir.
I like the
Very,
stripes, man.
very clean. Like I said, Fernando, my show No Longer Me debuts this Friday on Patreon. Please tune in. Follow my page, Try Being Savage. Like I said, you could be average or you could be lavish. Whatever you do, just try being savage. Holla at your boy.
Yo, thank y'all
Sir.
so much for joining me all season. Thanks for all the support in the chat, for joining us again all season. I really, really like the panel because we all have the perspectives, especially being, cast. We might be the only panel that's full cast,
Facts.
Yes,
so
sir. Yes,
so it
sir.
makes us a little different. We did have Lex on almost all the seasons, but she's not here right now. So shout out to you, Lex, for all the support. Shout out to the Facebook group too. Y'all be a little savage, right? See how I did that? Y'all be a little savage.
It's my man right there.
In that Facebook group. Have a little bit of grace. I think there's, you don't have to come in there. Like if you gotta, I think my only complaint is some people just come in just to be negative. Like you could have worded that different. You could have said it differently, but to just be like mean for no reason, like I don't think that's, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But,
And like just remember, like a lot of these folks may not say what they want to say
yeah,
because of the position that we're in. But just
yeah,
know if it wasn't behind that keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
the conversation would be a whole lot different. So
yeah,
just enjoy the benefit of being behind the keyboard, talking to these people. Because these grown men and women, these ain't no kids you're talking to.
Right.
So
yeah,
just keep that perspective. So you ever see him outside in Philly, don't act surprised because you was
yeah, yeah. Michelle, yeah, Lex screenshot a reel that I made when I was out at the pool. So yeah, she got me. You got me. Lex always be looking for shirtless pics. I think she's starting a collection. She's starting a collection like a deck of cards. Like she want them all. You know. I think if I could say anything else, the cast. Like we're all empathetic for you all. Y'all are about to get it right now. Y'all
2
about
years.
to get it because I know that y'all probably went through it when the show started. You know what I mean? Then you took the break, then it came back. Now y'all gonna do the reunion and y'all gonna have a whole new set of opinions on y'all. So I feel for y'all. Just try to push through and reach out to any one of us. If you need a talking to, a message here and there, we're here for y'all. And if you need a connection or anything you're trying to do with your business or what have you, the alumni for the cast are into networking. We have a lot of connections as a whole, and there's a lot of things that we can do. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Shout out to y'all, and we will see y'all next week. Thanks again, everybody. See you
Y'all be
soon.
safe.